Hey guys, the gate was 8.58 million, that's US dollars. The attendance was 17,588, sold out. Highest grossing single night event in arena history. Fight of the night, obviously went to Gaethje and Fiziev. Performance of the night went to Hadley and Gunnar. They all won $50,000, so congratulations to them. Go ahead, brother.
Curious, obviously, great main event ending for Leon. How did you see the fight and how did you score it?
How did I score the main event?
Yeah.
I really didn't. It was a tough fight to score. I didn't really. I was literally standing in there, not knowing what was going to happen, and then Buffer came over and whispered in my ear.
What did you make of his performance, though? I mean, his takedown defense was incredible.
Lynette, we come over here.
His takedown defense was great. He wouldn't let himself be pressured against the cage. What did you make of Leon's performance overall?
Whose performance?
Leon's.
Yeah. I mean, I expected a lot more wrestling out of Usman than I saw. And when he did try to wrestle, obviously Leon did a great job, especially if you compare it to the first fight.
You just shared a quote from Teddy Atlas saying that when he's always heard trainers say that when a fighter wins a belt, they become 30% better overnight.
Yeah, I just retweeted that. Yeah, that's brilliant. I believe it, and I think that there's absolutely a different level of confidence that you have when you win that type of a fight, and I can't even imagine the amount of nerves guys have going into that first fight that you might not feel the second time, and knowing that you have the power and the ability to knock the same opponent out. Plus, you got to look at Usman, who might be a little more gun shy. If you think of all the wars that he's been in with all the great fighters that he's beat, this is the guy who knocks him out.
Do you think Usman was a little bit more gun shy tonight?
Do I think Usman was?
Yeah.
That's what I thought was going to happen going in. I thought he was going to be very gun shy. I thought he was going to be, holding on to those legs all night. He did the exact opposite. He only shot a few times, and he was willing to mix it up in there.
Obviously, we had Colby Covington cage side. He wants to fight Leon in July. I'm curious if that's a fight you're interested in, or do you need to see how it plays out?
Yeah, I don't know when we'll do it, but yeah, that's the fight that makes sense. And Colby came here and cut weight, and did everything to be here for this fight. He deserves the fight.
So it's Leon Edwards.
Not to mention the fact that he's, the second or third best guy in the world.
So it is Leon versus Colby next?
Yeah.
Colby was in here and he said that he flew out here on a day's notice and cut 18 pounds overnight to make weight on Friday. Is that true?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Dana, just talking about the potential return in July that's been discussed. Obviously, Tom Aspinall, he looks like he's been doing a great job presenting on the broadcast tonight, but he wants to return this summer. Marcin Tybura is the guy that's been discussed. Is that a fight that could potentially main event the London show this summer? If you guys
I have no idea. Obviously, if Aspinall's ready and we come back to England, we would obviously use him, but we don't have a date for England. I mean, we didn't even know what the hell was going to happen tonight. So, but yeah, it looks like England has a world champion now, and we're going to be doing title fights here more.
Yeah,
so,
that's great news for the fans, and for yourself as a massive fight fan, you love it over here as well. There's probably going to be some of the biggest nights in UK MMA history on the horizon, even bigger than this tonight now.
I agree, and if you look at that division, there's a lot of great fights to make now if Leon's a champ. And, for people who've never been here, I say it all the time about the fans and the energy and things here, but also, every time you do a fight, it's about a destination. This city has the best hotels, great restaurants. I mean, the shopping is unbelievable. This is such a great place to come if you've never been. Not to mention the history and all the other things that are here. It's a great place. I'm so pumped that we're actually able to, do big title fights here with one of your own.
We really appreciate it as well. I don't know if you saw it during the week, but Conor said, London was potentially discussed for the Chandler fight, and he obviously pitched Croke Park in Dublin as well, which the logistics of that have always been difficult, hasn't it? Is that something that you think, before Conor's career's over, he's going to have to main event in Dublin again with the star power he's got now?
Well, obviously when Conor was the champ and the double champ, I mean, I wanted to do Croke Park so bad, but logistically it never worked out for us. We couldn't we couldn't get them to work with us to, they closed the subways down at a certain time that wouldn't have worked. And obviously we'd love to come back to Dublin too, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't even know when he's going to fight yet. And his next fight definitely wouldn't be in Ireland.
David, just over here.
Yep, hi.
I know you said that Colby would be next for Leon, but I'm wondering if you saw that Islam Makhachev said that he would like to fight Leon in Abu Dhabi. I just wondered what your thoughts were on that.
Islam said that he wants to fight Leon in Abu Dhabi. She wanted to know your thoughts on that.
Yeah, Colby's next. Yeah, Colby's next.
And I know you spoke about...
We're going back to Abu Dhabi October 21st, but it definitely won't be Colby. I mean, it won't be Leon.
And you mentioned about, business here in London with Leon being champion. What does that do? We see the reaction that the fans had with the chants, the headshot. Can you talk a little bit about what that does for business here in the UK, having Leon as champion?
Yeah, like I was just saying to him, it's huge. This is a great destination for people who've never been here before. It's an incredible city with more than just coming for the fight. There's so much you can do here in London. You can fly in on a Thursday with your family or however you want to do it and have an incredible weekend here. It's one of the greatest cities on earth. And the weather isn't always great, but you can tough through it. But this city's amazing, and to have a champion here now is fun. We'll do some big fights here.
Do you see, sorry, last one from me, do you see London as being a regular pay-per-view destination for you in the future?
London being a regular pay-per-view destination?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, if the champ fights 3 times a year, and we do them over here in London, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, realistically, when you think about it, we'd want to come over here, especially since COVID and everything that's been going on. You want to come over here as much as we possibly can. And you got to imagine if we did a fight in Vegas with them, give a lot of people from England an opportunity to go over to Vegas too. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to say thanks again for coming to the UK. Great show again. The last time you were in attendance, not the last show, the one before that, when you were here, you struggled to pick a fight. You struggled to pick a fight of the night. You ended up giving everyone a bonus. Did you struggle again tonight to work out who was the performance of the night?
Did you struggle to figure out who should get the bonus tonight?
No, it was pretty easy. Pretty easy to figure out tonight, yeah.
And also, Edward's coming out of Team Renegade, his gym. He's got Jake Hadley, Jai Herbert and Arnold Allen obviously fighting soon. Does that really show how forward the UK has come, in the level of competition we can now offer against around the world?
What is exactly the question, though? Just Leon and his team?
So, Leon Edwards...
How far England has come in the MMA world? Yeah, I mean, if you look, I think the first time we came over here was like 2002. And it was like one jiu-jitsu school over here. But if you look at the amount of talent since then that's come out of this region, not just this country, but yeah, it just keeps getting better and better and bigger and bigger. And again, when you have, it's like when we came over here to Manchester with Michael Bisping, that really started the whole explosion over here. And now that you have a champ who has defended the title, we're bringing big title fights over here now. It's a huge game changer for the UK.
And would you go anywhere else in the UK location-wise, or is London going to be your main pay-per-view location?
I've had this debate with men. People are always asking me, why don't you go here? Why don't you go there? Yeah, the answer is yes. I don't know. We just have to figure it out. It's just something that we have to get in the office and look at and figure out. I mean, the O2 has been great to us, and London is a great city to hold fights, and I don't know. We'll see, but the answer is yes. And even if we didn't take Edwards somewhere else, we'd do fight nights, all across England. But yeah, we're going to start traveling again here. Get out of the Apex. The Apex is getting a little too cozy. We got to start getting out there and traveling again.
Fantastic. Really appreciate you coming back.
Hey, Dana.
Thank you.
Farid.
Yep.
Hey.
Hey.
The O2, the lights went out for a few seconds. You know what went on there?
I have no clue. Some production shit.
Also, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. I wanted to ask you about the point deduction for Leon. What were your thoughts? Did you agree with it?
Yeah. I mean, that was a blatant fence grab that stopped the takedown. You got to do it. especially when you look at stylistically how that fight goes. Usman's thing is to wrestle and take him down, and obviously, Leon wants to stand up, and he had to take that point.
Were you happy to see that? Because it's kind of been an argument in past fights that it hasn't been removed. Like, points don't get taken off of French straps. Or are you happy to see that action be taken right away?
Was I happy to see it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I was happy to see it, but I'd rather there's no fouls and no points taken. I don't ever like to see a guy in such an important fight lose a point, but you can't blatantly grab the fence the way that he did.
Yeah, and one final one. What do you think is next for Kamaru Usman?
What's next for Usman? I don't know. He's got it's one of those things where he goes home and spends some time with his family and get his head clear, and then let us know what he's thinking next. It's not really what we're thinking. What is he thinking?
Thank you.
Yep.